There's a train in for South Sudan. You can see how South Sudan really trying to create a lot of chances into this. Now, long one there, but it has to be a wrong one again from a Jack. What could be this? Jack committing a lot of fouls now. Second of its kind now again. Suba Omar playing a long one there. To Ahmed Zakaria. Djibouti. Nice play from there. Giving it to that. He said Ahmed Said. Had a pair play. What is that? The assistant coach is really trying to keep some energy for the players. It raised a long one here. Giving it to that is Ahmed Said with a crossing. Nobody there. I think that could be also another chance for Djibouti. Now King Mahad. Kir coming in. Giving it to Ajak Chol. With nice crossing there from William Gama. But nobody there. I think Godfrey Dembele delays a little bit. CJ, the team captain, has to get it. There's a Peter Manyang. Giving it again to Atendele Mawa. Nice tackling. Samuel. Playing it there. Kurgai. Kurgai has to get it back again. William Kama coming in. A serious one now. Giving it to, that is Kurgai. But Kurgai has to misplace it somehow. Because the ball is also on run. That he could get that one. William Gama. Gama with a nice one there to Kur. Guy. Playing it back. Guy. Now he has to get it there. Find a way. I think South Sudan is going. The pressure is getting high. The level, you know, with the waiter also, I think it is something normal for the team. Long one there, headed out by, that is Warasama Hassan for Djibouti, putting on jersey number 10. Now Tendele Mawa has to find a way also. Remember, Tendele Mawa play for NASCAR in Uganda. Now he is throwing there a long one there. Now coming into the 18 with the defense. Jack Joel also trying to find a way. And they are given a corner kick. Yes, the ref has to give them a corner kick because the player has to touch that ball. They're thinking it is away. And that's a corner kick. That's made 1-1 on the corner kick. Now Jack Joel has to take it. He has to calculate 90 degrees, bringing it downward. Now, when we talk of South Sudan, they got some tall people. I think players that can really give some header. Now, the pressure getting high so much for this. Jack Joel with a long one there. He take it very far from him. Now hit it in. And hit it out again from Tendele Mawa. Now the referee has to give it there. A foul. No. It's a big one there for, that is Teng Mawin, who is already down. trying to find a position also to get the ball, but he couldn't make it. The referee has to award him. Now a long one from the goalkeeper. That is Omar giving it to Drisso. With a long one there, trying to check in for Samuel. Mohamed Hassan. Hassan has to misplace it. Long one taken out, and the referee has to give a foul. You know, Ajak has now committed several fouls now in just this hour. You can see that really he has to find a way to control his, pressure and also the energy. Because it's going to be difficult for him if he continues with such. And I think he is going to will be awarded with some yellow card. Yabi. Djibouti. Giving it to Ahmed Zakaria. Now giving it back to Zakaria again. He's trying to find who to play, but no way. All players are already blocked. Now Omar has to take it a long way here. Into the 18 and hit it there. Now the goalkeeper, the mistake is coming in. Oh, missing it there. Good goalkeeping from Machak. The defenders leaving this guy. And he giving it a hit. That's a back pass. And it's a long one. So Majak has to run and get it. That's going to be a big one. Attendele Moa. Attendele. Giving it to Chol. Now Chol. Chol again. 101 with that same Ahmed Said. Now playing E2. That's Gabriel. Now clears out from that is Ahmed Said. To the box of Djibouti, and if they continue with that spirit, I think there is going to be a change in their side. And also, I think the issue is, the ball is also one side played. They has to distribute it equally, and they can get the chances. If you can see Djibouti playing both sides, giving it a lot, and that is really what South Sudan has to take a lead into that. William Gama, Kirmangar, William Gama again, but taken off, playing it to Warsama. Warsama has to give it back to Yabe. Now Yabe playing it again, a long one there. South Sudan has to take it again, giving it to that Jackson. Now Jackson has to return it backward. Now Maling has to let them to keep some space. Now playing it to William Gama. Good one there from William Gama. Now giving it to Peter Manyang. Attendele Moa. Strong in. Yes, Gama. Bangasi with a nice tackling, but King Mangar has to be behind. I think King Mangar has to find some changes there, away from him. Now, pick one there coming in from that is Samuel. Now taken off from Samuel, giving it to that is Ahmed Hassan. Now Hassan has to get it at advantage given. Hassan missing there with a cross. Now another one here, deep in. Back to the net, I'm missing it away. Oh my goodness. You know, the Asen has really confused the defenders, thinking he's going to be the one shooting it, but he has to give it a pass away. And Ahmed Said also has to miss, and that has really given them a bigger chance of giving the first goal. No, Maling is coming in to the box, trying to distribute the ball and finding it difficult because the defenders are like, oh, no way. Away. Good one there from Asin. Now Kirmangar giving it back to Joel. Now Joel has to make it simple there, but no way out. Omar. Amir has to send it back to the goalkeeper. And now Said has to give it away forward to, that is a Gabriel Desi. Now Gabriel Desi with a nice play. And the ball is out. I think William Gama is really very good in this position. Now, Tendel Mora. It has to be headed out by the defender. That's a Arfati Idrosi. Tendel Mora with a long one, giving it to William Gama. I think Gama has really done a great moment appearing into the sixth, giving a lot of pressure. Kir Mangar with a 1-1 getting in there. Kir with a cross, headed out, missed there, and given it to, that is Gabriel Desi, but good defending from Tendela Mawa. Now giving it to Joel. Joel, William Kama, good play from South Sudan, by the way. South Sudan is really getting it. They are leading it to the post, but no way out. Good throw from Mawa. Justin with a shot. I think has to try it away, a little bit of it, I think if Tindin Mawa and also Chul has to get those chances in the box, I think it's going to be something big for the team. They have to try now 1-1. Drusso, he's here with a blind again. What is it here? He has to play it very poorly. Good tackling from Yusuf Omar. And hit it back. Now Ahmed Zakaria has to kick it and find some solution. You can see Yabi has to, call on the players to really put some more effort.
So tasty and knusprig.
Tyrol's terribly tasty.
Wer hat eine riesige Auswahl zu kleinen Preisen wie im Bilderbuch?
And foul committed. The ball is really running, and I think it is something so good today, seeing South Sudan and Djibouti, and it just taking some time now. You see South Sudan defending, Djibouti defending. There's no sign of goal coming in. Attendilamore giving it back to Mawa. Now good play. Jackson with a crossing. Now goalkeeper has to get it simply. Now finding it very easy for him. Now mistake coming in from goalkeeper. You see, dangerous one. If I think Kiri Mangar has to add some, speed, he is going to get that ball, and it's going to be a blow for Djibouti. Good play. When I look at William Gama today and I see how he is performing, and I think he really gets something here. A nice trial from Kir, but the goalkeeper has to get it there. As Gama has really stand on the form to show up that yes, he is ready to defend the state in everything, and they have all committed against Amir, Maud Amir. And this good game. That is the mineral qualification. That's AFCON 2027, hosted by Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Now crossing there, headed there. Good one there from that is Gabriel Dizzy. Crossed by Hassan. Warasama Hassan. Now Joel has to get it again, but he has to delay. Seeing that's a Jackjo. But a good defense there from that is Zakaria. Now playing it back now, coming into 8 now here, Joel again into the box, but missing there. No one. Oh my goodness, Atendele. He's supposed to give it into the box. Now headed there. Where could this be? And there's nothing there. But the referee has to give some fair play because it is in a dangerous place, by the way. I see Atindele has to shot that ball and give some prior, but he has packed it very well. And also, he has seen Godfrey plus Ajak. You know, Godfrey and Ajak, if they continue consistently entering into the 18 with some pressures, and I think it's going to be, if you can see also Kiri Mangar coming from that side on the other wing, and also giving some pressures that side, while Tindel Mawa together with the Bangasi, and also that is a 10 Mayen who is also really giving some good ball. And if they really continue to be distributing quality kind of ball and dribbling and passes also, you can see that yes, they really have a great hope of winning this game. And with the Djibouti also, you see Djibouti talking about you see Gabriel Dizzy, Warsama Hassan, and also Ahmed Hassan. Not forgetting Saeed. These 4 guys are also giving some pressure to South Sudan. And looking at the first miss of, let's say, Ahmed Saeed, he crossing the ball and hit it out. Also, Ahmed Saeed bringing it in and also deflecting it away from the goalkeeper. That is some of some signs that yes, Djibouti in the South Sudan really on a struggle with this game. South Sudan. Peter Manyang giving it to Tendele Mawa. He's missing it there. A long one there. Now a Jack has to get it there. Pelly, but missing it there. Now a foul committed. Very good one there. The referee is lazy. This is now the second time you see the South Sudan getting some chance. almost to the 18. And this requires really a very, very effective person who can take it, calculating the two balls, bringing it into the beat, or rather taking the out, or it's going to be in. Let us see what Justin Bangasi has to do. Bangasi is ready to take it, and I think he really knows very well where he's going to be putting the ball. Bangasi with the long one. Hit it there! Yes! A good one, make it there from Jackson Muller, bringing it 1-0 in favor of South Sudan. That is really so fantastic from Justin Bangasi. Bangasi with a good shot. Like I said earlier, if he has to calculate for this, and he can make it possible for the team to win. And now Jackson has to get it there, a little one, and making it, just putting his leg, and the ball has to, knock on him and getting it right. And it's already 1-0 on favor of South Sudan. South Sudan 1, Djibouti 0. A good one, a good one. I said earlier that it's now the second chance for South Sudan. The first one, they miss it by kicking it away. And now this one, they have to create some conducive environment for him, so that they can get this away in. And that is really so good. That is Jackson after putting it into the back of the net. South Sudan 1, Djibouti 0. I think it is going to give a lot of, pressure and energy for the Bob team to always tighten their activity. Yeah, that's good. A good play now. Kir Mangar coming in again. Kir, he has to get that one. But Messi there. Now the second corner kick for South Sudan. Now William Gama has to get it again for the team South Sudan. No, South Sudan still have enough, time to do anything possible for the team. Now William Gama is taking it again. If we can make it like Justin, I think it's going to be a good one. William Gama with a long one. But CZ, that is Peter Manyang, has to miss it there. And is throw in. Atendele Mawa is very good at throwing, by the way. 33-minute played, South Sudan 1, Djibouti 0. Atendele Mawa with the long one there. Long one. Hit it there out. But Chol has to miss it. Now bringing it back to Jackson again. Jackson to Kir Mangar. Now Mangar has to cross, but no way. Chol. And foul committed against Teng Mawen. Yes, another chance for South Sudan. See, South Sudan is getting really so close, so close into this game. And I think they really has to put a lot of energy. You can see the defenders of Djibouti are really getting exhausted. You see the captain, that is Yabe. Yabe is really trying harder And most is talking about Idris, who has gone far, and also talking about let's say Rosso dropping from his position. That shows that he really there is a lot of complications. Now a long one there, clear out. A nice clear from that is Warasama Hassan. Now back again to Justin. Now Justin Bangasi has to come in. Bangasi. Bangasi has to get it. Playing it back to Kir Mangar. Mangar with a long way, giving it to Jackson. Now again with a shot. Close up. Mangar into the box. Another chance for South Sudan. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guy had to miss that chance. That could be the second goal for South Sudan. But a nice one from Kir Mangar. If you can see the way these boys are playing, actually, you can see that there is. No, the first half is very good for South Sudan. It's really a clear goal for Chol. There's a guy Kur. But I think he has missed something that makes him to shoot it away from him. South Sudan. Tendilamawa giving it back. Long one here. Playing it there, giving it. Tendilamawa again. Taking off. Godfrey Dembele missing that chance. Now Djibouti has to take Amir. Playing it there, giving it to Idris. Now Idris has to play, giving it to Ahmed Hassan. Hassan with a crossing. Now getting that is none other than Yabe. Now crossing there from that is Idris. Missing. Good parking. Kermangar has to go back and defend this. And a very good game now. Kama with a good crossing there. A long way for Kirmangar. I don't know if he can get it. Oh yes, he got that ball. Now Kirmangar coming into the 18th. Now good parking. Good guy. Kama. Tendilemawa with a nice blocking and courage. Entering into the box with a crossing, but giving it a low way. I think he has to push it with a lot of pressure. And thinking the goalkeeper is going to be getting that, and it's going to be missed for him. Tendilemawa. Peter Manyang. Tendile again. Playing it to Godfrey Dembele. Clear out by that is Arifu Idriso for team Djibouti. I think South Sudan has to put some goals so that when it comes to second half, it's going to be a tough one for them. Chol missing there, a foul committed, and the referee has to what? Let's see. Arifati Druso has to give it a little one to that is Yabi Said Isman. Isman has to play to that is Ahmed Zakaria. Now Zakaria with a long one. No, Ahmed Hassan is a player that really giving a lot of headache to South Sudan. He can move the whole pitch and giving a lot of issues. You can see the defenders getting a lot of worries and fear into the box. But now, nice one coming in from that is Amir. But Amir has to miss that. Now, South Sudan has to get it. A nice clearing, giving it to that is Asen. Now, headed out by Justin. Now, sparking from that's Idris. But he has to play poorly. Yes, I was saying if tough one. Now here, Cho coming in. Godfrey, Dembele playing it back to Chol again. Now Chol with a triumph. Missing there. Gama! Oh my goodness. There's no way for him to shoot the ball, by the way. And Kati there. Amir has to clear it away. I think Amir is becoming very exhausted with this game. This game is not motivating him, if you can see the way he's playing right away. Agassi. Jackson, the goal scorer. Playing back to Bangasa again. Bangasi playing it to as the team captain, that's Peter Manyang. Now it's Manyang with a good clearance there. Now a long one from Dambele checking in for that's Kir Mangar. Now Mangar with some speed and energy. Trying to calculate in, now coming into the box, King Mangar. Oh my goodness. Now another one here for South Sudan. South Sudan is going missing there from that is Godfrey. That is Tendel Mao, I mean, not Godfrey. South Sudan is coming with some energy. Omar. South Sudan is coming up with some energy, by the way. Al-Fati with a long one, hit it out by CJ. Now giving it to Amir. Amir has to pray to Idris. Now Idris with a long one there. Checking in for Ahmed Hassan. This guy who really disrupt the defenders of South Sudan, giving a lot of pressure for them. Now King Mangar is also giving some pressures to that is Ahmed Zakaria and also I think this could be another chance also for South Sudan. It's really a nice game to watch between these two teams, South Sudan and Djibouti. 42-minute play. South Sudan 1, Djibouti 0. Let us see Bangasi. Can he make it like before? Bangasi with a long one into the box, but good keeping from the goalkeeper. That is Omar playing it a long way. That's to Gabriel Dazi. Now Gabriel Dazi has to misplace it again and playing it. Now South Sudan has to get that ball away and playing it to that is Jackson Mula, who scored the goal for South Sudan. Now playing it to that's Tendele Mawa. Now Chol playing it to Jackson Mula. Bangasi. Kir Mangar. Jack Chol. But you can see how the team captain is really giving some energy to the players. It's not just an easy one. That's Chol is really getting some hard time, I think, from that seat. Jack Chol really has to be aware that he has really been playing a lot of hard game. And yes, I think South Sudanese could not allow him to miss that game because he's also giving some pressure. Now Djibouti, nice backing from Gabriel Desi. Desi couldn't find anyone there. William Gama playing it to that's the Kurgai. Now Kurgai playing it back again. Now South Sudan is coming. A nice one there from the Jackson Muller, but Jackson Muller couldn't make it possible for Kir Mangar. Now Djibouti has to get it. Yabi playing it back to Idris. Now 3 added minutes into the first half. South Sudan 1, Djibouti 0. A nice play. Najat. Good one there. Now Dembele has to get in. Dembele. That is the throwing in for Djibouti. Hey, that is really a foul. Someone is trying to snap with the CJ, but finding CJ there, also playing with experience, he understands it very well, what Samuel has to do. But Samuel has to hold on, has to be very cool. Nice one there. Guy giving it to, that is a Bangasi. Bangasi giving it to Kirmangar with a cross. But hit it out. Guy. Jackson. William Gama. Now coming into Dembele. Oh my goodness. He got to get it slow. I think he has to add some energy into that. The goalkeeper is trying to find who he can play the ball to. But there's no way for him. Arfet with a long one there, trying to find a way to, that is Ahmed Saeed. Ahmed Saeed couldn't get that ball. Now, good heading from. Idris Blah has to find a way to Ahmed Hassan. Very good pack. Now finding Hassan in the midfield. No one with him. Now playing it back to Said. Now here comes the end of the first half, which South Sudan leading by a goal to nil. That is really very, very, very good for South Sudan. You see into this, actually it's a very effective game for South Sudan in the first half. Seeing South Sudan putting a lot of pressure, though Djibouti is also injecting some pressure in with likes of Ahmed Hassan and Saeed, Yabed Saeed, and also we have Amir, not forgetting Samuel, who always appear for some time, but now he couldn't make it. Let us go for a break, and we'll come back for more.
Zweifel sind laut, aber Disziplin ist lauter. Sei die beste Version deiner selbst. Du hast den Willen, das Ziel und die Kraft. Never give up.
Hier tält. Flashen niet tält.
Ik heb ook niet.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this game between South Sudan and Djibouti. Right away, we went for first half when South Sudan was leading by a goal to nil, and now South Sudan is back for the second half, where in the second half they have made some little substitution here, taking out that same. I think Jazzy number five coming in, that is John Peter, and also Jazzy number 19, none other than Martin Otto, who is also coming in for the team, South Sudan. And yes, with also the Djibouti, I think they have made one substitution by taking out Jazzy number 17, that is none other than Amir, who is out for the team, that is Djibouti, and bringing in Jazzy number 13, that is none other than Sadiq Aden Jama, who came in for the team of Djibouti right away in this game. Now here we go. South Sudan getting it there, playing it back to Justin. Now Justin giving it again to Gama, but Djibouti is away. Their advantage given. Now Djibouti coming in very seriously, giving it to Jazzy number 13. That is none other than Sadiq, who come in right away from the top. Now a long one there, and finding nobody. Now Maling has to bring it in again, playing it backward. That's a take my win. Who play less back right away, and giving it there to that is Guy. Nice play. Good clearance there from Mawen. Now there is Kid Mangar coming into the box. Kid with a cross. Making a goal! Another one there from that is Atendele with a good play. That is none other than Bangasi Justin, who just scored that goal. A fantastic one. South Sudan leading by 2-0 in the second half right away. That is Bangasi with a good tackling for South Sudan. A play from that is none other than Mayen, who just played 10. Mayen, who has just played that game and giving it a wrong word for that is Kir Mangar, and Kir Mangar has to play it to that is Justin Bangasi. You know, Bangasi is really a very positive man, if I can see, with the good one. Bangasi putting it into the back of the net, and there is no complaint there. South Sudan 2, Djibouti 0. It's a good one there for Djibouti. Like I said earlier, if South Sudan really should continue to add some more goal, it's going to be a hard time for Djibouti. Now here is Changai again with a nice play, playing it to CJ. That is a Peter Manyang playing it backward, giving it to that is none other than Teng Mawen. Now Mawen giving it to Bangasi. Now Bangasi has to misplace it there. A good performance from these two guys, by the way. That was South Sudanese are expecting of the team. always winning is their motive. Now a long one there from Ahmed Zakaria. Now getting into Chan Peter. Now clear out. Giving it to that is Otto Martin, the guy who played for Team Qatar. A nice tackling there. Giving it to Guy. Now Guy Kur has to play it away. Now playing it to Bangasi. Justin again. Bagati playing it to Guy. There's a good tackling from Tang My Win. I'm playing it back to that is Mali. Chan Peter. A good play from South Sudan, by the way. They have come back to the form, playing some passes. Now, good one there from South Sudan. Taken off. Guy Peter. Chan. William Kama playing it back to Chan Peter again. Now Chan is one-on-one with that is Warsama Hassan of Djibouti, but misplacing it there. Now Djibouti has to get the ball away, playing it back to that is Ahmed Hassan. Hassan with a long clearance there, giving it to that is Wars Hassan. Now a foul awarded to Djibouti. Wars Hassan playing it away. Djibouti is also coming up, so had to be hit it out by Justine. Another chance for Djibouti. Oh my goodness, I missed there. Now corner kick, second corner kick for Djibouti. You see, Samuel is really trying harder to put a goal, but the defenders are not giving him any chance. Now Djibouti one-on-one, that is man-to-man. Nice one there, crossing, hit it out. Now and a throwing there from that. Djibouti now taking it a long way. A good play. Yabi. Now Yabi has to find a way forward playing it. That is Idris. Ahmed. Now Idris has to misplace that ball again. Idris playing it here to that is Ahmed Hassan. Now Hassan. Hassan is very strong on the ball, by the way. Blocking it there now, one-on-one. That is none other than Jack Doll together with Yabi. William Gama for South Sudan. Nice tackling there, playing it back to Chan. Now Chan Peter, who must play for Team Jamus. Will tackling there from Justine, but finding Guy there with our offside. You know, it is the first offside if I can see in this game today. Since the start of the game, there is no offside being raised. See, Samuel really got no time, by the way, got no chance. Everything is difficult for him. Has demoralized his power and energy. Now Peter Manyang with a good play to Guy. Now Guy playing it back again to Teng Mawin. Now Mawin has to return it to the goalkeeper. Now Maling has to find a way, giving it a long way there out. Now what is Atendele Mawa doing? Ting has to take it a long way, by the way, from him. Now here Djibouti coming in into the box. Samuel, one-on-one with a goal. The opportunity. Oh my goodness. A mistake coming in from the defenders of South Sudan, by the way. You know, they all run for Samuel, leaving the race. And it is really something South Sudan has to find out, because Samuel is not the only guy. These guys are giving a lot of pressure, and they have to be very, very, very curious about that. Now the third corner kick for Djibouti. It's away. Djibouti trying to find it. With a play back to the captain. That is about Said. Now Said has to make it there and head it out by that is Atendele. Now Kir Mangar has to take it away. Now Kir Mangar with a pep play coming into the box. Into the box, Jack with a miss. And goal kick. And that is really very good for Ajak and Kir with the combinations. Djibouti. Is a good foot. Djibouti playing it seriously. But the referee has to award a foul against Ahmed Hassan. No, Ahmed Hassan has been disturbing the defenders of South Sudan so badly. If you see him, that is really so dangerous for him. Now a nice crossing from Djibouti, but did not reach any far. That is really so fantastic of South Sudan's team. And you can see now Mario Taban is warming up for this. Could it be that, yes, Mario Taban is to enter again? You have known Mario Taban for so long after playing for South Sudan national team.
Was Ihre Familie jetzt braucht, ist jemand, der sich um sie kümmert. Redcare Apotheke. Einfach online alles für starke Abwehrkräfte bestellen und günstig direkt heimliefern lassen. Redcare Apotheke. Die Online-Apotheke für die Schweiz.
Guy going there one-on-one into the box. Now cutting in Kir Mangar, but misplacing it there. A corner kick given, the third corner kick for South Sudan. This game is really so fantastic. You're looking at the corner, the position of these two teams, you can see that, yeah, they really got some energy. And also, you can see the strength are really in the level. It's really driving so fantastically. Now Kir Mangar taking that corner kick. And he put it into the box or away. Kir Mangar headed. A foul given there for the team Djibouti. Now committed that is by Ajak Chol. No, Ajak Chol is also doing well. At the beginning, he has been committed couples of fouls, by the way. And he has to come back into its normal, like I said earlier. If he didn't pack himself very well, then definitely he might be awarded a yellow card. Now Djibouti coming in, a long one there for Djibouti. Now 1-on-1 with that is Atendele Mawa, but a good keeping there from Atendele Mawa after blocking the Djibouti guy so seriously. And I think that is really good of Mawa. Now South Sudan has not to take it now. Now playing it. Good play. Now giving it to that is Tendile Mawa again with it now. Now playing it, finding there. Is there? That's none other than Martin Otto. Kator. Now Martin has to place it now. The Djibouti has to take it there, playing it the right way to that's about Said. Said playing it to there. Now bringing it into the 8 Warasama. The good tackling from Warasama. Now getting it there. Now the team captain Mayen has to get it there. Manyang playing it to Gama. Now Gama finding a way. Chol missing that chance again. Now Djibouti on the run. Good position from Djibouti. Now here's someone coming in with the heavyweight coming right away. Samuel! Oh my goodness. Missing that first target. You know, Samuel is very dangerous man, by the way, when he got that kind of Samuel is not caught, by the way. That's why the defenders are close to him, blocking him, not giving him any chance of shot. If he got that opportunity, then it's going to destroy South Sudan, by the way. But it's good that the defenders are making it possible for the team to ensure that, yes, Samuel did not get away. And that is the first touch of Samuel, by the way, with some sort. Now here is Ahmed Hassan taking the corner kick, the fourth corner kick for Djibouti. Now giving it to Idris. Now Idris playing it again and offside. That is really very fair. I think is they have to understand it very clear. Now South Sudan taking it a long way there from Manchak. Now hit it out. Now coming into that is Kurkai for South Sudan. Now I fall about it. A good play from South Sudan, by the way. Taking my win. Now will it play? A good play from that is Gama, but Gama has to find a way playing it to Justin Bangasi, but Bangasi is very far from him. Djibouti with a long one there, finding in Samuel and hit it out. Good play. Now Bangasi has to get it back, giving it to Chan Peter. Now Chan playing it backward to that is Atendele Mawa. And now Djibouti is also around, playing it to Gabriel Desi. Now Gabriel Desi has to return it backward. Now playing it to that is Ahmed Hassan. Ahmed Hassan has dropped back, by the way. Looking at him, like I said, he has been running all the pitch, going to the mid, to the wing, even going into the 18, coming backward. But a good play from Hassan. Now tackle there by Idris. Bila. Nice play from Zakaria. Now here is Warasama has also been doing great now, getting in here. Djibouti with a lot of pressure, by the way. Giving it to that is number 20 with an opportunity. Oh my goodness. A miss there from Abdahai. Number 20, Team Djibouti with a cross, but missing there. Now South Sudan taking it out. Good play, Justin Bangasi. Kir Mangar. Kir is still on one. That's really so good of South Sudan, by the way. If you can see these, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of energy. And yes, a foul given to South Sudan after a foul committed and awarded a yellow card. This is an opportunity again for South Sudan, close to the 18. Now Kir Mangar and also that's a Ten Mawane trying to find who is going to be putting it into the back of the net. Now we look at Kir Mangar with a shot. Oh no, miss! Oh my goodness! A good play from that is Ten Mawen, who really play a style from Kir. That is so fantastic. Now the fourth corner kick for South Sudan. That is very, very, very good. South Sudan is really on form. Now Kir Mangar, he has to do the same with a long one there. Hit it! South Sudan has to make it again. A good one there from CJ, the captain. Oh my goodness! CJ Peter Mayen has to make it the third goal of South Sudan. Right away, South Sudan 3, Djibouti 0. That is so good of it kind right away here in Juba National Stadium. South Sudan has really picked the form, by the way, today to make it there. And that is the goal, and the goal, very, very, very fantastic from Peter. I mean, that's the Manyang who has really make it into the back of the net with a cross. Sudan 3, Djibouti 0. Yeah. That is really so good, so good. Like I said earlier, if South Sudan can continue to maintain such kind of things, and I can see that South Sudan have a long hand, you know, or a long way to win this game today. Because if I see how the Djibouti playing, they have really dropped their performance from the first half, and looking at this is really something so hard, but is going to be changing. We can see how things are getting in. Idris. Now Kir Mangar playing it back to, that is Justin. Now Justin playing it again to Chan Peter. Peter playing it back to, that is Teng Mawen. Now giving it to the goalkeeper. Now nice clearings there. And a throw in. Djibouti is really demoralized. That is very, very good of South Sudan this time. Djibouti playing it to, that is just 20, Abdel Hai. Still one-on-one with Kir Mangar. Abdel Hai entering into the 18. Oh my goodness. Foul awarded to him. No, Kir Mangar has no. And that's really a dangerous one there. If he can leave this guy to get into the 18, I think it's going to be dangerous for him. For him to play, to find a way. Abdullahi is someone very, 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 very technical also into this. Let us see what Djibouti has to do here. What Sama has to take that free kick. And if it is going to be an easy one for him. Oh, it is a dangerous free kick, by the way, for South Sudan. If they don't take care, then it's going to be hard for them. And Djibouti are looking forward to get just the goal that can really sustain them into this move. Djibouti with a long one into the box, fighting there. That is Gabriel Dizzy with the back one. Hey there, Samuel! Oh my goodness, missed there and offside. No, Samuel is someone who is very, very, very fast and very energetic.
Zweifel sind laut, aber Disziplin ist lauter. Sei die beste Version.
I think so it's getting hot. That is really very, very good. Now he's down. I think it's going to be also a hard one. Someone is getting some energy. Missing 2 chances consecutively. That shows that he's still having that hope to come from behind again to give some word to the team. And looking at South Sudan's players who are warming up right away, you can see likes of I think Mario who is also warming up so seriously. Okocha, who has been playing for so long time, not forgetting Sunday. These are the guys who really play with a lot of experience and skills that give them a lot of energy. I'd like to see what South Sudan can do into this. I think Majak is down. They're waiting for some treatment. Could there be changes? Yes. I think Djibouti is making substitution right away, bringing in Jazay, number 18, and also number 10 is going out. Number 12 coming in. Number 6 is going out. And that is none other than Ali Faraja coming in, and Warasama Hassan going out, while we have I think Jose number 12 is coming in right away. And Jose number 6, that's Ramadan, who also come in for the team Djibouti. Good play. Another cooling break for the two teams. When South Sudan is still leading by 3 goals to 0. That is a good move for South Sudanese. This is the AFCON 2027 qualifiers, where Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania are the hosts. And South Sudan is also making some substitution here, taking out number 13 and number 3 in, and number 12 out, 17 in. I think Okocha is already coming in, and also that is none other than Tim Dor Job, who is also putting Manchester 17 coming in, and that is number 17. That's Tim, and number 12, none other than Jack Chol out, and we have also Angasi Justin out for Team South Sudan. A good play from Captain CJ. Long one there. A crossing coming into the box. With a miss. Headed out. There's a drawing. Now hit it out. Now Joel. Guy Joel has to make it there. Bring it there to Okocha. Now Okocha with a lot of energy. Okocha coming into the box. Okocha with a long one there. A good play from South Sudan, by the way. Now Hassan playing it backward to Idris. Bila. Now Idris has to find a way. Playing E2. That is Ahmed Yusuf with a tackling there, bringing it there again. Can he cross? A long one there into the box. Now Okocha has to find it away with a play. Now playing it to Kirmangar. Now Kirmangar with a good tackling, playing it to Guy. Now Guy playing it back to John Peter. Now John Peter has to find a way, playing it to Atendele Mawa. Now Mawa playing it back to Chan. Now Chan. Now Guy Kur. Guy Kur is going, playing it back to Okocha. Now Okocha with a good tackling. At least Kirmangar has to play it there fairly. Yeah, Djibouti has to get that one very fast. Jabi playing it again to that is Jose number 13. That is none other than Sadiq. Now coming in very soon. Good tackling from Djibouti, by the way. Playing very good passes. Now playing it to that is Ahmed. Ahmed has to play a long way back to Idris. Idris playing it back to that's Arfati Druso. Now Alpati playing back to Ahmed. Sadiq. Clearance there from Idris. Good tackling, Samuel. Now Djibouti is really getting it now into the box. Nice tackling from Ahmed. Now Ahmed had to play it fairly. Now a push. Now foul committed right away there. That is very dangerous. Almost to the 18th. And that is very, very, very bad for South Sudan, by the way. Seeing Sadiq and also Ahmed, I think the substitution have really given some energy and advantage for the Djibouti team. That could be a dangerous one. Samuel is also behind the ball. Looking at the two, it's going to be a big one. But let's see how someone can make it there. Samuel! Good checking, by the way. He missed that one. That is a good chance for South Sudan. Now, another substitution for team that is Djibouti, which is number 29. Samuel is coming out. And Jose number 23 is in. That is none other than Abidar is coming in for team Djibouti. Good tackling there. Now here is Djibouti on run. One-on-one with Captain CJ. Yeah, he got no choice. He has to play it fairly. Now here is Ahmed with a throw very fast. Now playing it to Yahabi. Now Yahabi playing it back to Ahmed. And there's a throwing in again for that's a Djibouti. 79-minute play. South Sudan 3, Djibouti 0. Now captain for Djibouti with a long one there. Now Malin has to get it very well. Now playing it a long one there to that is Tendele Mawa. Tendele Mawa playing it there. A good one to Guy. Now Guy playing it to Okocha. Now Okocha playing to Kir. Now Mangar has to find a way. The 2-1. That is none other than Atim Dor coming into the box now, playing to Kir again. Another chance for Kir. Yes, he got it there. Kir has make it possible for South Sudan, making it 4-0. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely right for Kir. 4-0. South Sudan 4, Djibouti 0. And nice tackling from Kir Mangar, putting Jose number 18 for Team South Sudan. That is really so fantastic, if South Sudan continues to play such kind of game. We can see that, yes, our boys are doing all the best. This time.
So tasty and knusprig.
Tyrrell's terribly tasty.
Bei der Produktqualität vertraut mir nur aufs Beste. Ich bin der David und kaufe bei Pistori, weil sie es einfach getroffen haben.
A nice one from Kir. Djibouti. Now Djibouti coming into the 18. A good tackling there from that is Tim Mawin. Being very strong on the ball. Now Maling has not to delay. He has to play it very fast because he's running out of time. Maling playing it to Maiwen. Now Maiwen has to pack it again, trying to find who he can play to. Now giving it to Kir Mangar, the goal scorer, the fourth goal scorer, by the way. Now good one there. There's issue. Now you can see Sunday Peter is warming up also. I think it's going to be a big one for South Sudan. Good play from Maiwen. Now giving it to Chan Peter. Good packing from Chan Peter, playing it back to Maiwen again. Now Maiwen with a good checking, a long one there to attend the Lemawa. Now Guy. Chan Peter. Guy again playing it to Chan Peter. Nice tackling from Mawa. Now CJ playing it to Maling. Maiwen again, one-on-one with a nice one there, giving it a long way there to that is a Kir Mangar. Now Kir Mangar has to drive it into the box again. Now good play there, playing it to that is a Kocha. Now a poor play. Now here Djibouti go. Djibouti with a long one there. Now offside here. Oh my goodness. A good communication from that is none other than Ahmed Hassan and none other than Kaini Abadi. There's William Gama after showcasing his professional football in the pitch today. I think he has really played so fantastic, and he's out coming into that is Sander Peter, who always play with a lot also of experience. I think this is not just an easy game today. A good tackling from CJ. Now playing it back, what? Nice one now, Sunday. Sunday with a good tackling, playing it to Chan. Chan Peter coming in, Guy. Oh, miss there. A nice defending from Djibouti. Playing it backward to Omar. Now Omar has to give it to the captain. Idris. Nice play, Ahmed. Ahmed is still running. Now give me to see it. Idris again. Miscount out there from Idris. Now South Sudan has to take it there, playing it backwards. Now giving it to that is Atem. Now Atem playing it back to my win. Now Sunday Peter. A good tackling from Sunday Peter, by the way. Now playing it back to CJ, the captain of South Sudan. Bryce Tar. Nice tackling. Now one-on-one attempt. With that is Yabi Saeed, his man, tackling it there with a good experience, giving it back to Idris. Now Idris has to come back again. But a long one there and misplacing it. 85-minute play. South Sudan 4, Djibouti 0. That is so good of this team today, showcasing their skills. It shows that yes, South Sudan is ready to go forward in the sport. Maling hit a long idea. Tenderly take it off. That is Gabriel Dizzy. Now I play back. Good control from Atendele Mawa. Now giving it to, that's a Sunday, playing it back to CJ. Peter Manyang. Playing it to, that is Teng Maiwen. Now playing it to Sunday again. Now Sunday. Good position from South Sudan, by the way. Foul awarded there. They really play with good experience. Djibouti. Arfeti Druso. Playing it back. Now giving it to, again, that is Ahmed. Now Ahmed with a cross. They are offside given to South Sudan. I think with the pressure now, offside is getting high. It's away from the pitch even. And Djibouti is finding some ways. Really, they need to get consolation goal for this game. Now, Djibouti is playing at home and South Sudan is away. And if they don't get any opportunity on possibility of getting a goal, then it's going to be hard also for them. The returning league. Kirmangar. Playing it to John Peter. Now John Peter with a long one there to Atendele Mawa. One-on-one again to Sunday. Sunday playing it back to John Peter in the midfield now. You can see South Sudan getting into the box now. Okocha with a cross. But missing it, packing it, a good one there. Guy. Sunday Peter. Tandelamo again. Giving it to Okocha. Now Okocha, will he cross? Yes. Into the box now. Guy has to enter but missing it there. Now for given. Djibouti. Long one there from Djibouti into the box by finding CJ, the team captain of South Sudan, with a clearance there. A blocking there. Now 4 added minutes into the second half. That is really so hard. And you can see South Sudan leading by 4-0. Djibouti. Nice play. Now Djibouti is really moving. Yabe. Said. Playing it back to Ahmed. Ahmed. Cross. Now giving it to that is number 18. Oh, none other than with a cross here. Headed out. Therefore, given into the box. Clear out by Ali. Now kick. That's a guy. Clear out again. Now to put it coming in. A foul given. Committed out by that is number 19. 19 on top. Now Djibouti with a good play. Ali, Ahmed, South Sudan has to get it away. Chan Peter, good tackling from Chan Peter with a control. Now Sunday playing it there. Good play from South Sudan, by the way. Now Peter Manyang has to give it a long way. Expecting another goal also in this time. Sunday. I think this time is really they want to showcase their skills also that yes, we are ready to do anything for the team. Now Chan Peter with a good packing. Playing it there to Kir Mangar. Now Mangar. It's an exciting game, by the way. Now CJ. That is good. Now here comes that is Atem. Now giving it a long way there to Otto Martin, crossing into the box. Now Kirmangan again. Oh my goodness, missing that chance now. That's good play from South Sudan. Now Hasnan with the crossing there, giving it.
Whopper Picking oder Steakhouse.
Whopper Picking Steakhouse.
Oder einfach alle drei.
Neu, unsere 3 Highlights jetzt als Babyburger in einer Box. Nur bei Burger King.
Wartest du noch auf deine Gartenmöbel? Bei Belliani haben wir 500...
Very fast from that's Ali Farada. Now has to play it back to that is Gabriel Dizzy with a cross, bringing it again into back. Now good tackling there from Mawa. Now 1-1. This is a good play. Chan Peter giving it to that's the guy. Now guy going with a good tackling. Now playing it back again to Kir. Now Kir playing it back to Okocha. Okocha playing it to Chan Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this wonderful game where South Sudan is leading by 4-0. Djibouti 0, South Sudan 4, and that is very fantastic. A goal is scored by Jackson, CJ, Kirmangar, and Justin Bangasi. These are the 4 men who really lead South Sudan into this game where Djibouti is home and South Sudan is away. Otherwise, I want to say you need to keep on again to see on Sunday where South Sudan will be playing again in Djibouti and South Sudan will be home and Djibouti will be away. If South Sudan will continue to showcase such expressive skill, then we are looking forward to see South Sudan in the next round of this game, AFCON 2027. Qualifier played in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much. Let us link up again in the next time.